formula is not a bad thing. Please do not be hard on yourself. Give your baby formula. Hi, good to have you here. So today, as promised, I'll be talking about my experience with breastfeeding. Breastfeeding it's beautiful, it's interesting, I consider it a blessing. I have been able to breastfeed my 3-year-old for 1 year, and I am currently breastfeeding my 6 months. I was 6 months old, going on 7 months old at the time of making this video. So breastfeeding is beautiful. You know, it's something. It comes across to me like what your body is made to do. It's a natural experience. If you're watching this video and you're looking to breastfeed your baby, you are on the right track because you have been making research and trying to read up and gather as much information as you can to be able to get yourself equipped and get your body ready for the beautiful experience of breastfeeding your baby. However, I want to also let you know that it is also important to keep your mind open. If after you've tried everything you can, you are at that point, which could happen, I am hoping it doesn't happen, that you're in the space where you have been looking forward to breastfeed your baby, and then it happens that you are not able to breastfeed your baby. I want you to know that formula is not a bad thing. Formula is also a blessing. Look at formula as a blessing because you have been created or provided with an option that you can also, enrich and nourish your baby. Because at the end of the day, mamas, the whole idea is to be able to enrich your baby, nourish your baby, give your baby all the nutrients they need to, grow and develop the way they should. So if you have tried everything you can and you are not able to breastfeed, please do not be hard on yourself. Give your baby formula. For breastfeeding, you would be needing your boobs, which is already inbuilt or it's been taken care of. However, for your body to be able to make this breast milk, you need to stay calm. Your body needs to be calm and in a good state. You need to be also in a good state of mind and a good mind frame to be able to stimulate milk. One of the important step of breastfeeding is latching. Now, when it comes to latching, I am not in a better position to give an advice about latching, so I will not be dwelling on latching. This is because I did not experience any challenge, so to say, with latching, and I did not need to consult a lactation for this, so I will not be able to share any tips or any proper information, so to say, about latching. So I wouldn't want to dwell or share with you something that is not based off of my personal experience. So while you're preparing for your breastfeeding journey, it would be nice to have nursing bra. Even though it is not, I don't consider it compulsory, so to say. The good thing with nursing bra is that you're able to nicely remove, unclip your nursing bra to be able to feed your baby without having to go all the way over your breasts, and then it feels more comfortable and more nicer to do. Next to a nursing bra, my advice for you is to get a bra top. Now, you know those tops or those gym bra tops, right? This is what I have been able to use and it feels so comfortable. Why I like the bra top is that I'm not able to experience any form of discomfort, especially in the lower region of my chest. And it's nice because especially when you're at home, you don't have any, your breast is heavy enough. Your breast is already heavy and you don't want too much pressure, too much going on this region. So the bra tops feels very comfortable for me next to the nursing bra. So you might want to try that out and trust me, you'll feel it. It feels good. The next thing I would advise you to add to your list will be nipple pads. So they are the disposable nipple pads and then they are the reusable one. Whichever you think works for you is best. You'll be needing nipple pad because like I said in my previous videos, breast leaks. You don't want to wake up smelling like cheese. It is really an uncomfortable smell. Nipple pads are very useful. Also, especially when you want to go out, and then you don't know what could happen. You could always put in your nipple pads in your bra or your bra tops and then you're good to go and you'll be sure to a very comfortable extent that you will not be having leakage, so to say, or you'll not be having visible leakage. So I advise you to get nipple pads or breast milk catcher. So what are breast milk catcher? They are basically like nipple pads, but in this case they are cups that has this form. Let me show you what I mean. This is what I mean. So this is called a breast milk catcher. You can see the hole where the nipple goes in, and then you can put this comfortably in your bra while breastfeeding. So it catch those droplets. Sometimes it's not just droplets. The droplets, I'll say, are useful. So when I started introducing solid and oatmeal, when I started introducing oatmeal pudding, what I do with those let down, because sometimes they let down almost like about half of this cup, and then you don't want to throw away your liquid gold, right? So what I do is that I could add it in his pudding or in his smoothie and then give him to eat, because I'm not able to give him, animal milk or any dairy product. So that's what I do with this. So this is always good, and you can open like this and then pour it out, and then there's also a hole here where you could just pour it out. So this is also something you can use in your diaper bag when you're going out and you want to breastfeed, and then find the toilet or so to rinse it off and you're good to go, or you just get the nipple pads also and use. So this is a good idea. So I advise you to get nipple pads or breast milk catcher. Talking about dressing, if you don't want to go with the whole nursing tops, which sometimes the truth is it can be boring, you want to still be able to dress up and feel good about your dressing. But the question you should always ask yourself is, when you're putting on a clock, is, am I able to flip it out? That's what I ask myself anytime I'm dressing up. Am I able to flip out the boobs at any time? If yes, then it's good to go. So you want to wear comfortable clothes, especially open neck, button clothes, zip clothes, where you know that you can comfortably flip out your breast to breastfeed. And then if you're going public, you can either try out those nice dresses that you can have your baby under when breastfeeding, or you go with your muslin clothes. This one I always carry with me regardless of what I'm putting on. It's always nicer to have your baby covered. So the muslin clothes is a better option because it's breathable, it's 100% cotton, and then it's light, so you want to use it on your baby depending on where you find yourself, right? So these are the things you should consider when you're dressing up and when you are breastfeeding. Another thing I'll be talking about will be diets. So when it comes to diet, I know there's a whole lot out there. What worked for me personally is oatmeal cookies and warm almond milk. Yes, that's just what I noticed worked for me. So you should pay attention to your body and know what pay attention to your body and know what you have eaten or what you take that will make your body make more milk. And it could be oatmeal, it could be totally something else, it could be banana, but just ensure that you're going as healthy as you can, and pay attention to your body. But what is most important is water, because you need to stay hydrated. Look at breastfeeding as an exercise, which it actually is, because your body is working. When you're breastfeeding, your brain is working, your body, whole of your body is really working so hard to be able to make food for your baby. So you need to stay hydrated, you need to stay energized, right? This is where you need your water. So this is my tip for water. To be able to stay hydrated as you need to stay hydrated, I would advise you to get a bottle. Yes, an empty bottle, say at least 1 liter, and then use it to refill your water. So when you drink up a whole bottle of 1 liter, you know that, oh, I've been able to drink 1 liter, and then you go on with the counting. Oh, 2 liters, you get. It helps you keep track of your water intakes, and then you know that your body is getting as much water as it needs. Because the truth is, with this journey, you can forget yourself and you be just focused on your baby. And the truth is, you need to be enriched for you to be able to enrich your baby. So you'll be needing water. Another thing you should add to your water bottle is a straw, because sometimes you really don't want to go this way when you're taking your water bottle. Because when you have active baby, when they start pulling things, anything can happen when it comes to spilling. So I advise you to get a straw next to your bottled water. It is always very, very practical and useful. So that will be that for staying hydrated and staying healthy to help your body stimulate milk. But above all, you should stay as calm as possible. Speaking about engorged breasts, right? Some days you wake up like this, and when I mean like this is that you have one big breast and one small breast, and it can be very painful most times. it can be so painful that sometimes your head will even be aching you, not to talk of the fact that you're not even able to sleep in a specific kind of way almost through the night, right? So what I do when I have engorged breast or clogged breast is this. I either get my baby to suck, and if he is not available to suck, I use the hacker. Mamas, I cannot overemphasize the use of hacker. I mean, blessings to whoever rated the idea of a hacker, because it has been a game changer. I have even made a video, a short video on how to use your hacker, especially to avoid any form of spillage, because you do not want to spill your liquid gold, right? So you should look that video up. However, hacker has been so helpful, especially if you don't want to, if you're looking to pump and then you don't want to start fixing all those machines on and then your baby is not available. Hacker is always there for you. Hacker is always there for you. It's always a game changer. So when you, this is how you do. Make sure you go this way and then suction to your breast. You go this way, you open it to suction, and then you squeeze. Yes, when you squeeze, you could literally see the milk coming. So hacker has been a game changer. It doesn't only catch milk, you can use it to relieve yourself when you have an engorged milk. So please, hacker is very important. Get your hackers, mama, even if you're not considering pumping at any point, right? So you get your hacker. Another thing that could help you is the cabbage, is cold cabbage. Yes, that works like magic too. Just get it's nice, leaf of cabbage, put it in the fridge or in the freezer, and then put it in your breast. Oh, it feels so good. Even talking about it, I can feel the chill that comes with it. It's also a game changer. But in the absence of cabbage, your hacker will not fill you, so you really want your hacker. So please get that. Another thing that can help you feel better is a warm bath. Just go under a warm shower, take a deep breath. You would even see that the breast milk is pouring out, and that's good. The point is you want to be settled, you want to get relieved, because an engorged breast can be very, very painful. Yes, let's talk about how long you need to feed your baby. What I've been able to do for both of our kids is that I feed on demand, and I've been able to breastfeed exclusively for 6 months. I did not introduce any water or any sort of food till after 6 months for both babies. So what I do is I feed on demand. Now, feeding on demand is quite dicey, especially when your baby is, say, 1 week or 2 weeks old, right? Because you really don't understand the cues. The baby is trying to figure life. You're also trying to figure your baby out. So it's quite dicey. So this is when you need a baby app. With this baby app, you can be able to track breastfeeding, you can be able to track diaper activity, you can also be able to track sleeping schedules, right? But basically what I use it for is the breastfeeding and the diaper activities. Now for the breastfeeding, what I do basically is just to be able to know, okay, how long did my baby stay? Did my baby stay on the breast for 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes? Yes, they can stay as long as 40 minutes, and that's fine. So you need this app because it helps you just keep a track or keep a timer on to know, when last your baby fed. Did he feed 3 hours ago? Did they feed 10 minutes ago? And so you can be able to understand whatever cues you're hearing or you're getting from your baby. But for the first 2 weeks, right, because you're not able to figure out the cues, well, I wasn't able to figure out the cues. Then what I did was I did the 2 hours, every 2 hours, or every 3 hours timing. This went on till about, say, 3 weeks, 1 month, where I was now able to figure out the schedule and the cues of the baby, and then I went strictly on demand. So whenever baby calls, I answer. Yeah, it can be really taxing, but it is what it is. You're helping a baby navigate life. You're also trying to understand your baby, and after 1 month or thereabout, then there's just this understanding between you and your baby, so you already know that, oh, this cue is definitely wants food, and then you give. And I am of the opinion that you cannot overfeed, you cannot over breastfeed your baby. That's because I feel there's a connection. From my experience, there's a connection. When your baby is done, your baby is done, they naturally just go out of the breast. Do you get? So you really cannot overfeed feed your baby. So don't be afraid and say, oh, if he stays 30 minutes, 20 minutes is overfed. No, there's no such thing as, from my experience, there's no such thing as overfeeding a breastfed baby. Now just keep in mind that breastfeeding can go on, especially during the nighttime routines, which could be challenging. But what are challenges for? To overcome them, right? You will be fine. Everything will be all right. Baby will be fine. Mama will be fine. Now, when it comes to sleeping through the night, that didn't happen, so to say, for us until, say, after the ending of 5 months, going on 6 months. Our baby is now able to sleep, say, 8 hours or 7 hours straight. And sometimes I don't have to wake up to feed him at night, except when he's going through a milestone on having a regression, one regression or the other. Then I know that, okay, when he asks, when I hear him call, I have to feed him. But I am still feeding on demand. So yeah, feeding on demand, and it gets better. And then how you know if your baby is well fed is diaper activities, like I said. So check how frequent you get a wet diaper or your baby is pooing, and then you know that your baby is well fed. You should be concerned if your baby is not peeing the way your baby should pee. Then you should give you concern. Have I mentioned about the dominant breast? You will find yourself doing this most time. This is you trying to check, oh, which breast feel fuller, right? And for me, it's always the right breast. So my dominant breast is the right breast. This is the breast that is always there for you when you call, right? And then, you'll find it's possible that you will get your baby to always suck on your dominant breast. But don't forget the non-dominant breast, because you also need to tell your body that you need to make breast on the other breast. In my case, the left breast. This is where the app is very helpful, because on the app you get to see, oh, baby just fed on the right breast, so the next breast should be the left, and you just rotate it accordingly. But there's a thing called the dominant breast. Pay good attention and do not neglect the non-dominant breast. Oh yes, there's a thing with overspraying nipple. I don't know how to explain it, but for my first baby, right, it was difficult for her to control the spraying of my nipple, because especially the dominant breast, once she starts sucking, it just goes like a tap. So imagine a rushing tap, or imagine a pressure sprinkler. Yes, that's how it goes. Sometimes it's as if she gags on the breast, and then when I try to help her, you can see my breast spraying everywhere. So yes, it happens. Don't be overwhelmed when it happens. Try to help your baby. When you have the over sprinkling breasts, over sprinkling nipple situation, it's not always. It is not always, but it can happen. When it happens, what you do is just calmly take your baby out. Help your baby. When your baby is, settled, you put your baby back. Don't worry, they will know how to handle it. Your baby will be able to figure it out. All you need to do is stay calm and help your baby. Now, let me tell you another thing I observed between both babies. Up until the last trimester of my first pregnancy, I noticed my breast was already going bigger, and then we're already ready to breastfeed, and then it just went, so to say, smoothly with breastfeeding. Like I said, the breast was over sprinkling and all, right? Now, for the second baby, it was totally different. Up until the last trimester, till the day I gave birth, I did not feel the whole full dramatic boobs. No. And then when it was time, baby was here, it was time to breastfeed, because I have been used to a very easy breastfeeding introduction journey. Let me tell you, it didn't happen for the second baby, right? At this point, baby was latching, and then breast milk wasn't coming. Like, I was literally pressing, and then the midwife was also helping me and advising me. We're literally pressing for breast milk to come out in the first hour of this baby's arrival into this beautiful world, and there was no breast milk. So you can imagine how overwhelmed it felt at that point. Trust me, I felt it, because I was already looking forward to breastfeeding. So I was already tensed. I was feeling overwhelmed. But at the back of my mind, I already told myself, what is the worst thing that can happen? Worst case scenario is go and get formula for the baby, and baby will be just fine. So eventually, after some hours, we just got to get the baby to keep sucking, and then breast milk started coming. But that period, it was quite overwhelming, and I could feel the tension, you know. And yes, it was disappointing because I already started having thought, oh, my body is failing me. This is not how I planned it. This is not how I picture it. So my point is, just the way you have different pregnancy, like they say, no two pregnancy is the same. Trust me, no two breastfeeding is the same. So please prepare yourself, especially if you're a second time mom or you're expecting another baby. Don't just tell yourself, oh, first experience went fine, so second experience will just go the same. It will not go this. It might not go the same, especially my experience. So prepare your mind. However, I would always say it, have an open mind. Tell yourself there is nothing wrong with formula. Formula is also a blessing. Formula is a gift. The whole idea is, at the end of the day, you want a happy and a healthy baby, a happy and a healthy mother. So please, don't mom shame yourself. Don't criticize yourself if after all you tried, you are not able to produce milk, or your body is not able to produce milk. Take it easy on yourself and please give your baby formula, okay? Now, another thing I know I don't hear about is biting. So when your baby starts growing teeth, you should be ready, because they will be tempted to chew on your breast. It is overwhelming. It is scary, I know, right? But then again, it could happen. So what you will do is this. When your baby attempts to bite you or ends up biting you, don't go dramatic like, ah, oh, because the truth is, they don't understand the difference between ah, oh, and ah, oh. So they just think you're playing, and then they will bite again. So what I did when our baby tried, funny enough, the first baby really didn't try to bite me, but you see this one, when he tried it, what I did was a firm no, stop, do not bite. And when I said that to him, I took him out of the breast. I did not make any dramatic face because he will think you're laughing. So what he did, he just looked at me. They understand. Yes, they are babies, but the truth is they understand and they feel the energy. And then make sure you take your breast out of your baby immediately, or you take your baby out of your breast immediately, you know. But the kids, don't make the dramatic ow, ooh, ah, because they would not know you are serious. They will think you're playing, and they will try again and be looking at you for reaction. So once that happens, because that could happen, just do a firm stop. We don't bite, or you don't bite my nipple, and then you take your baby out, okay? And then you also notice some fun things that come with the beauty and joy of breastfeeding, like when he's trying to dodge his thumb with the nipple. It's fun and all, but you know, it's just part of the beauty of it. But however, these things could happen, so you should be firm and know how to stop it immediately before it escalates into something else. Now I have been able to, I hope I have been able to cover the basics of breastfeeding and all that comes with it, especially based off of my experience, right? If you intend to pump next to breastfeeding, that means you are looking to introduce bottles to your baby at a point, right? Based on the advice I have gotten, it is best to introduce bottles to your baby before the 6 weeks mark, so to avoid nipple bottle confusion. I am going to be doing a video on pumping to also share with you my experience with pumping and how it has been going so far. So you should be looking forward to the video. So that'll be all for now. If I have by any chance missed out an important information or a tip, please kindly share in the comment section. If you have any question or you want me to talk about something, kindly also state in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe, comment, and like this video. And it would be nice to turn on your notification bell so that when I upload a video, you get to know. Thank you for watching this video. Till next time, yours truly, Princess.